Dear listeners, welcome back. Today's story is about a man named Vincent van Gogh. He paints his whole life, alone, poor, and misunderstood. The world ignores him, but history remembers him forever. The vocabulary in this story is clear and simple. You will hear new words used naturally in every chapter. All definitions are waiting for you at the very end. Let's begin. Vincent van Gogh is born in 1853. He is born in the Netherlands. He is a quiet and intense child. He loves nature more than people. He walks alone through the fields for hours. The smell of wet grass fills his lungs. The sound of wind in the tall trees calms him. He notices colors that other people never see. As a young man, Vincent tries many different jobs. He works in an art gallery in London. He tries to become a preacher, too. But nothing feels right. Nothing fits. He feels restless and completely lost in the world. Then, one quiet afternoon, he picks up a pencil. He begins to draw the rough hands of a worker. Something deep inside him finally wakes up. He is 27 years old. Most artists begin when they are very young. But Vincent discovers painting late, and that is fine. He moves into a small, bare room and starts to work. The walls are empty. The floor is cold and hard beneath his feet. He has very little money to spend. He often forgets to eat his meals, but he paints every single day without stopping. His early paintings are dark and very heavy. He paints miners, farmers, and poor working families. He feels a strong connection to people who struggle. One painting shows a family eating simple potatoes. They eat together by lamplight in a dark room. The room smells of earth and smoke and old wood. He calls this painting The Potato Eaters. The faces are rough, tired, and deeply honest. Vincent wants to show the real truth of their lives. This is Vincent van Gogh, a man who sees the world in a different way, and he is only just beginning. Vincent moves to Paris in 1886. The city is loud and exploding with life. He meets other artists living in the city. He sees their bold and colorful paintings up close. Something inside him begins to dramatically change. He starts to use vivid, bold colors in his work. Yellow, blue, orange, colors that seem to shout. His brush moves fast and with enormous energy. But Paris quickly becomes exhausting for Vincent. The noise and the crowds feel overwhelming. He feels anxious and deeply alone in the city. He writes long, emotional letters to his brother. His brother's name is Theo. Theo is the only person who truly believes in him. Theo sends money to Vincent every single month. Vincent uses it to buy paint, canvas, and food. Without Theo, Vincent simply cannot survive. So Vincent moves south to a small town called Arles. The sunlight there is intense and deeply golden. It makes his whole heart sing with joy. He rents a small house painted bright yellow. He calls it the Yellow House with great pride. He fills it with sunflowers, chairs, and color. Vincent now works with incredible speed every day. Some days he finishes a full painting in just hours. His hand barely ever stops moving across the canvas. He dreams of building a real community of artists. He invites his friend Paul Gauguin to come stay. For a few beautiful weeks, the two men paint together. But Gauguin is very different from Vincent. He is calm, where Vincent is passionate and loud. He is organized, where Vincent is chaotic. The two men begin to argue almost every night. The tension inside the yellow house becomes unbearable. One cold December night in 1888, everything breaks. Gauguin tells Vincent quietly he is leaving. Vincent cannot accept it. He follows Gauguin out into the dark street. He is trembling all over and speaking very fast. His eyes are wild and full of despair. Gauguin keeps walking and disappears into the darkness. Vincent stands completely alone in the cold night air. Something deep inside him finally snaps. He walks slowly back into the yellow house. He picks up a sharp razor blade from the table. And then he does something terrible to himself. The next morning, the town of Arles is quiet. But inside Vincent's house, everything is wrong. Vincent has cut off part of his own ear. He wraps it carefully in a cloth. Then he walks outside and leaves it with a stranger. The police find him collapsed on his bed alone. His face is pale and barely moving. His small room smells of blood and turpentine. They carry him to the local hospital at once. The doctors are frightened and deeply confused. They do not know what to do with him. The people of Arles are frightened as well. They whisper about him in the market streets. They believe he is dangerous and completely mad. Vincent recovers slowly in the hospital over weeks. But the illness does not leave his mind. It returns again and again like dark ocean waves. He makes a very painful decision after much thought. He checks himself into an asylum voluntarily. He wants to protect himself and the people around him. Inside the asylum, the days are long and silent. The narrow corridors smell of damp stone and medicine. The small windows look out onto a quiet garden. But Vincent refuses to stop painting inside those walls. The doctors give him a small room as his studio. Every single day he picks up his brush and works. He paints the swirling night sky above the rooftops. He paints the twisted olive trees in the garden below. He paints with more raw emotion than ever before. Some days the illness takes over completely. He cannot pick up a brush at all on those days. He sits in the corner and stares at the empty wall. But when the dark wave passes, he always returns. Every painting becomes a battle against the darkness, and every finished painting becomes a small victory. He writes to Theo almost every single week. He describes each new painting in careful, loving detail. He wants Theo to see exactly what he sees. Theo writes back with words full of warmth and love. But Theo is very worried about his brother's condition. Vincent is not getting better, and time is passing. Then, one day, a new doctor offers to help him. His name is Dr. Paul Gachet. He invites Vincent to come and live near Paris. Vincent accepts and packs his 2 small bags carefully. He leaves the asylum on a calm and quiet morning. He feels both hopeful and terrified at the same time. Vincent moves to a small and peaceful village. The village is called Auvers-sur-Oise. Dr. Gachet watches over him there with great care. The countryside is soft, open, and full of color. Vincent paints faster here than he ever has before. Some days he completes 2 full paintings by evening. He covers canvas after canvas with brilliant, vivid strokes. His colors are rich and full of trembling energy. His brush moves across the canvas like something alive. He paints the golden wheat fields stretching to the horizon. Dark storm clouds build and churn above the golden grain. Black crows fly low and heavy over the field below. People in the village begin to notice him walking out. He moves through the fields every morning with his easel. He carries it on his back like a heavy wooden cross. Some village children follow behind him and laugh. He simply smiles and keeps walking forward. He has learned to live peacefully inside his own world. One quiet afternoon in July of 1890, Vincent walks out. He walks alone into the vast golden wheat field. He does not come back. 2 days later, Vincent van Gogh dies quietly. He is only 37 years old. Theo is sitting beside him at the very end. The world does not notice at first. There is no celebration, no announcement in the papers. Only a small group of people attend his funeral. But something extraordinary is quietly about to happen, something that absolutely no one expects. Just months after Vincent's death, a gallery opens in Paris. It shows his paintings to the public for the first time. People walk through the door, and they stop breathing. The vivid colors hit them with the force of sunlight. The emotion inside every brushstroke feels alive and urgent. The paintings seem to move, to breathe, to speak. One visitor stands very still and says softly, "This man was a genius." Others nod slowly and say nothing at all. Vincent van Gogh sells only 1 painting in his lifetime. But after his death, his work changes the world forever. Today, his paintings are among the most valuable on earth. But one question still hangs in the quiet air. Did Vincent know? Did he feel it, somewhere deep inside, that the world would one day truly understand him? We do not know for certain. His letters are still being read by scholars today. His paintings are still being studied in every country. And some people believe he left a secret hidden behind, a secret buried inside his very last painting. That is a story for part 2. Before you go, let's review the most important words from today's story. The first word is overwhelming. It means too strong or powerful to control. In our story, when Vincent first picks up a brush, the passion he feels is immediate and overwhelming. The second word is vivid. It means very bright, strong, and full of color. In our story, Vincent starts to use bold, vivid colors, yellow, blue, and orange, colors that seem to shout. The third word is intense. It means extremely strong or powerful in feeling or quality. In our story, the sunlight in Arles is intense and golden, and it makes Vincent's heart sing with joy. The fourth word is chaotic. It means completely disorganized, unpredictable, and out of control. In our story, Gauguin is calm and organized, but Vincent is passionate and chaotic. The fifth word is despair. It means a deep feeling of complete hopelessness and darkness. In our story, Vincent stands alone in the cold night air, his eyes wild with despair. The sixth word is turpentine. It is a sharp-smelling liquid that artists use to clean paint from their brushes and canvases. In our story, after the terrible night, Vincent's room smells of blood and turpentine. The seventh word is asylum. It means a hospital or safe place for people with serious mental illness. In our story, Vincent chooses to check himself into an asylum to protect himself and the people around him. The eighth word is swirling. It means moving in a fast, circular, spinning pattern, like water going down a drain. In our story, Vincent paints the swirling night sky above the asylum, one of his most famous paintings in history. The ninth word is brilliant. It means both very bright in color and very impressive in quality or intelligence. In our story, Vincent covers canvas after canvas with wild, brilliant strokes of paint. The 10th word is valuable. It means worth a very large amount in money, meaning, or importance. In our story, after Vincent's death, his paintings become among the most valuable works on earth. Now, let's look at some phrases that real people use every day. The first phrase is feels right. This means something truly matches who you are or what you need in life. In the story, we hear, "Nothing feels right, nothing fits." You can use this phrase when you are searching for the right job, the right city, or the right relationship, and you haven't found it yet. The second phrase is side by side. This means two people working, walking, or standing very close together. In the story, we hear, "For a few beautiful weeks, the two men paint together." Side by side. The third phrase is takes over. This means something grows so strong and powerful that it controls everything else. In the story, we hear, "The illness takes over completely." You can use this phrase when an emotion, a habit, or a difficult situation becomes impossible to stop or control. The fourth phrase is watches over. This means to protect and care for someone closely and with great attention. In the story, we hear, "Dr. Gachet watches over him with great care." You can say this about a parent caring for a child, a friend looking after someone sick, or even a guardian angel. The fifth phrase is changes the world. This means to have an effect so powerful and deep that nothing is ever the same afterward. In the story we hear, after his death, his work changes the world forever. Use this phrase for a great invention, a powerful idea, or a person whose life leaves a permanent mark on all of us. Thank you so much for watching today's story. Vincent van Gogh lived a life full of pain, but also overflowing with beauty. His story reminds us that the world does not always recognize greatness right away, but great things are never truly lost. If this story moved you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Part 2 is coming soon, and the secret hidden inside Vincent's last painting is waiting for you. See you next time.